Hello YouTube, this is Insane Monster, and this is the beginning part of What If Asta Had Beast Beneath the Moonlight? Basically, Were Tiger. Now, everything is pretty normal for Asta as in canon until the part where the drunk guy tries to steal Yuno's pendant and Asta goes to stop him. Once he does and he gets beat up a lot, the guy tries to use his magic, and under this threat, Asta feels strange. A blue light emanates from him with blue rings surrounding him, and he fully transforms into a white tiger. Yeah, going pretty quick, but I'm getting straight to the point. He swipes at the man in his tiger form, pretty much just throwing him to the wall, knocking him out. When he went to go after the man further, Yuno got between him and the drunk guy, begging him to stop, that it was enough. Within, the tiger stopped for a moment, staring at Yuno, and we switch over to a white void where Asta, as a little kid, is just standing there wondering where he is. When he comes face to face with the white tiger, it lunges at him, biting him in the shoulder. Asta yells out and says, "Stop! Stop!" On instinct, he notices this thing is a part of him. He puts his hand on his head and says, "That's enough. You and I are the same person, aren't we? We're the same. So you need to stop." He yells, saying to stop and to not hurt anybody. The person who has Beast Beneath the Moonlight in the show it's from is pretty timid. Asta is like the exact opposite. Assertive, confident, well, despite everything, and very outgoing. So he has an easier time controlling it. He is able to reel it back and change back. Though he's exhausted and helps him get back home. Unfortunately, they failed to notice something due to the stress of the situation. Once they got to the church, they saw holding Asta up and took a look for any wounds, but there weren't any. It was was surprised by that, given he was so focused on getting back home. As it turns out, Asta has the ability of restoration. It isn't regeneration where he typically heals by growing, repairing by the cells dividing and such. Instead, restoration is the ability he has where his body resets to a previous point before he got injured. Though the father came in asking if they're okay, and then stepping back freaking out a bit, saying, "Asta, what's with your hand?" He looks at his free hand and sees that it's a tiger palm, beginning to freak out, waving, "Ah, what the hell, what the hell, ah!" And while he's waving it, it turns back. How did we, Asta just says, "How did I not notice that?" And they just figure Asta might have some form of transformation magic, even though they don't sense it. As Asta grew, him and went off to go train. With wind magic, they do train, and Asta trying to focus, he got the tiger to stop, but now he has to get it to work with him. It's not very cooperative to go into a full transformation. though at the moment Asa can change his arms and legs as well as sprout a tail. But that's about it for anything. If he goes any further, it gets harder for him to control himself. So he needs to train a lot more. Does get some good practice in dealing with high speed targets training with Asta. And Asta gets some serious training in when it comes to maneuvering around in places using his abilities. And they have noticed that if Asta gets hurt while his body parts are changed like that, the wound just disappears and the blood goes away off of his. So they're not sure what's quite up with that part, but Asa's just happy that he can't be kept down. As for the drunk Asta smacked in his tiger form, he was so out of it that he thought he was having some kind of drunken hallucination once he came to. We get all the way into the part where the beginning of the anime starts, which is where they go and get their grimoires. But same thing happens as in canon, where Asta doesn't get his grimoire and gets his four-leaf clover, with everybody shocked that a commoner got that. Asta still says that he's going to become the Wizard King no matter what, and leaves. With everyone mocking him for saying something like that. Still ends up fighting the two royals who attack him out of nowhere without just because he had a four-leaf clover grimoire instead of them. Beats them pretty easily, having some good training sections with Asta. He beats him even more easily until the Chainmate comes and binds which is when Asta comes in after he told that he would sell his grimoire as an art piece. Once this happens and the Chainmates begins to attack, Asta tries and dodges as much as he can of the chain, but ends up getting hit. Once he gets back up, he's completely done with this guy and transforms. When the chains shoot towards Asta again, he swipes with his claws, shattering the chains. At this time, it's when the grimoire, five-leaf clover grimoire, shows up, revealing the sword. Asta takes it. Blitzing straight for the Chainmates, he kicks him in the gut, sending him flying up in the air, where Asta then jumps up and slams him with his new sword right back to the ground. Yuno's freed and he gets his grimoire back, with the Chainmates being taken away to prison. Like in canon, Yuno and Asta still do their little fist bump thing, and about them swearing that one of them will become the next Wizard King. This is this was What If Asta Had Beast Beneath the Moonlight Part 1. It was somewhat shorter, though it's a lot of beginning What If parts tend to be more or less just something to lay down the groundwork and such. I do hope that you have enjoyed this, even though it is typically shorter than my normal vids. But I do hope that you did enjoy. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell for the to be notified on future uploads of What If parts, and hope you enjoyed. Please, so see you later.